I'd like to call the meeting to order. Can I have roll call, please?
Sure can. Mr. Antoine?
Here.
Mrs. Bonnet?
Here.
Mr. Connor?
Here.
Dr. Demas?
Here.
Mrs. Eichhorst? Here. I'm here, and is Mr. Young here?
Here.
There he is.
We can rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Ooh, I moved the whole thing.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Can I have a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
Motion.
So move. Support.
Okay, moved by Young, supported by everyone. Antoine? I would like to ask the board if it is okay with them to move up 10 and 11, board discussion and public comment prior to the closed session, because we will not be coming out and voting on anything.
Yes. Motion.
If that is okay, can I have all in favor of approving the agenda as noted?
Aye.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Moving on, well, two quick announcements. One, that after we did the Pledge of Allegiance, we should probably notice that today is Veterans Day, and we always like to thank all of our veterans, and we have Wayne Connor, who serves on our board, as well as our superintendent, who both should be honored for today, yes. And Dr. Robinson does have family issues, so he's not here tonight. So Jennifer, as our deputy, will be stepping in for him. So-
If we do have any veterans, can you stand so we can acknowledge you, please? Wayne?
Well, I guess I'm going to be.
Hop up there, buddy.
Come here. Moving on, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you, Mrs.
presentations.
Bonnick. We have no presentations this evening, but we have a couple of Bulldog Spotlight celebrations. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Murray, who will introduce our first Bulldog Spotlight from Washington Elementary.
Good evening, everybody. Yeah, Washington Elementary School first grade teachers and Miss Hepner and our stars of the show students are here to tell us a little bit about their human body ELA unit, knowledge and skills, and also the cool projects that were a part of the culminating activity / assessment. I actually got to look at what they had for the first time just now, and I don't want to steal their thunder, so we'll give them the opportunity to come up.
I don't know who wants to run
I think Dana's coming here. So.
All right, I'm going to speak for just a minute while our little ones are on their way up.
Forward whenever you're ready.
What's on there?
Well, you've got a couple slides on here.
Can I look first?
Oh,
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm Dana Hepner. I'm the principal at Washington Elementary. I brought with me some of our first graders today because they were working on a project pretty near and dear to them, very hard. So they came to share a little bit about that. But before we get started, I just wanted to say, as an elementary team, we are entered into our second year with our new curriculum for reading and writing. And what we know from research is that students who have a wide range of knowledge and an extensive vocabulary tend to be stronger readers and writers. So our first year of implementation last year brought really a huge instructional shift, not only for our teachers, but also for our students and the way they were acquiring language and writing skills inside the classroom. And so only after 1 year, we're already seeing the benefits of our students having a deeper understanding, really, of the world around them, and more importantly, seeing the excitement and the engagement in our kids during class is really, really fun to see. You walk into a classroom during writing and reading instruction, and you don't even really notice that it's ELA because the room is just abuzz with their energy and excitement about what they're learning. Not only are our teachers finding that our students are so much more engaged, but their reading and writing skills are also progressing in really positive ways that we, quite frankly, have not seen in our classrooms in many, many years. So that is definitely a win for Team Elementary. And so we'd like to thank you, the board, for supporting this curriculum when it came to adoption. Last year, I believe it was. Our teachers and our students are really enjoying what they're learning. So our first graders recently completed a unit on the human body, and part of that was information about the 5 body systems. They spent some time learning about germs, what causes germs, how to prevent them, and a little bit about the history of vaccines. And they also discussed the 5 keys to a well-balanced diet and how to create meals that are healthy and appropriate for them. And so while this actually kind of sounds more like a science unit, the information that they learned was used as a catalyst to support their reading skills and also their informational writing skills, which we know include using academic vocabulary and citing facts. And so all of those are part of our Michigan State standards for reading and writing, and it was really fun to see those things come into the classroom. So we have some students here because at the end of the unit, our first grade teachers turned their classrooms into hospitals and our first graders into doctors. And they spent a day, part of a day really, sort of bringing together all the knowledge that they had learned to recreate what they learned about the human body. So our first graders are here tonight, along with their wonderful teachers. We have Mrs. Kelly Catoni, Mrs. Sue Shuri, and Miss Kayla Parr. And I think our kids are ready to share. Are you ready, Jacob? Okay. All right. First we have Jacob, and he's going to tell you a little bit about the digestive system. Sure.
So, in the digestive system, the esophagus squeezes down food into your stomach and stays there for 2 days. And it goes into your intestines and it comes out of your body. So, my name is Sloan. Everyone has a skeletal system, and they all have a skeleton in our body, and the skeleton's made out of bones, and we have 206 in total, and the biggest one is right here.
Are you getting shivers?
I'm dying right now.
My name is Owen, and the heart is part of the circulatory system, and the heart keeps you alive because it's the most important muscle.
Very good.
The heart is my favorite.
My name is Landon, and the heart pumps blood all around the body once every minute, and it keeps us alive, and it's an involuntary muscle, and it never stops beating. My name is Axel, and your brain is part of the nervous system. Your brain makes you think. It tells your bones and muscles to move, and it controls your entire body.
Very nice.
And just a little fun fact, I actually pulled all the kids together a couple weeks ago and asked them what they wanted to share. So those were all their facts. It was their favorite part of what they learned in the unit. So thank you for having us tonight. We do have some pictures. I forgot my little slideshow.
Okay.
But we do have some pictures of the work inside their
Oh,
classrooms.
you made lungs. Oh, this is so cool.
Yep. Yep. And it was great because you would walk in and they would be inflating them and deflating them. Here's a few more pictures of them.
This is cool.
and then the last one.
Awesome. Well done.
So thank you very much for having us.
Do we want to
Yeah, Mr. Murray's the
bring them up for a
photographer today.
picture?
Awesome job.
This is
Washington first graders, if you want to come up here so we can get a picture with the school board, that would be awesome.
And parents, you can come up and take a picture.
Take a look at the skeletons or the bodies that they're holding. So they had just a gamut of supplies. You'll see Q-tips as bones, balloons as stomachs, yarn as intestines. Pretty cool.
So I think they could probably stand in front of the board.
If they just want to, come stand right up in here.
Maybe in the middle.
Or you guys come down.
You guys
Maybe
are
we
the
all just
best.
squeeze in. There you go.
Oh, man. Let me see. Can I see? Wow. That looks so realistic. I can totally see it. Look at, you have.
All right, turn around and face out here. We're going to have Mr. Murray take the picture, yes? Are we centered enough for you, or we good? Come on in, Miss Hector. Yeah. Good job, guys.
Thank you again, first graders. Well done. So we have one more Bulldog Spotlight, and this time we are going to focus on our youngest learners. And we have a few representatives from Croswell Early Childhood Center who are going to talk about our beautiful new playground equipment. So I'll call up Mrs. Janine Beck, our Director of Early Childhood, and she can introduce her team members that are here.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having us. Let me introduce to you two veterans at Croswell. Tammy Theobald, who is our tuition-based preschool teacher for over 20 years, and then Kim Wasmond, who is an early childhood special education teacher. How many years, Kim? 20?
This is my 30th.
30th. So we're just really thankful to be able to be here tonight and to show some pictures and a video of the Croswell Early Childhood Playground. As you know, Croswell's been under construction for about a year and a half. We are just about completed except for the 2 training center rooms that we have. So it's been a lot to juggle in the last year and a half with children from the ages of 12 months to 5 years old, but we are so grateful that Croswell just looks beautiful with the addition and the renovations and all the classrooms, and so we are just blessed to have that location and to be able to be just recognized by the community of such a need for early childhood. And so we wanted to just share some pictures in the video with you about the new playground. It just opened a couple weeks ago for us. So we had the inspections and the things were fixed that needed to be. So since school started right after Labor Day, the kids are like, when are we gonna go to the park? We want to go to the park. And so, so finally, just about 2 weeks ago, we were able to take them to our park. So, Kim, if you can just kind of give an example of to when you first came in, what kind of playground Croswell had, if you can remember.
I think we have a slide.
We do have some
Yeah.
slides, yeah.
I don't know who has the clicker.
It's sitting right there.
Oh, it's sitting right there. Thank you. Yep. So on the far left, we've got an old part of the playground that was just for elementary age students. And so, Kim, if you want to explain these 3 pieces here that we had in our
Yes.
in our old area, I should say.
Yes, so it was, relatively basic. We had a lot of destruction over the
Yep.
years from kids coming in and, vandalizing the equipment. But the swings that we have now are much more adaptive for our special ed children, which is awesome. Because on the old swings, it was like one height, so some kids, if they were too high, they couldn't get on them. And then the little ladybug there just kind of rocks, and the kids that were sensory seekers did love that. And then we had the slide with the with the 2 passages.
Yeah, so we had, this space that we had for preschool was probably enough space for about 30 children. And so as you'll see through this video, we have 2 different playgrounds, and they are separated by a fence, so it's completely enclosed when our last playground was not completely enclosed. So we had to
Right.
watch out for children that were eloping, running around. And then Tammy, when you came on, do you want to talk a little bit about what you had?
When I started, we didn't even have that really wonderful ladybug that we really enjoyed.
Right.
We had very limited playground, very limited. I actually started in 2001, so I was in the portable behind Croswell. And there wasn't much play area. Now, we have very, very happy children.
Yeah.
Very thankful.
Yeah. Yeah. Can we click on that?
So, I mean, you can tell by looking at these pictures, it is a lot of fun. You guys should come over sometime. Because we, even as teachers, have a blast on this playground now.
So this is part of the new equipment that was installed?
Yes,
Yes, it
this is part of the new equipment. There is music areas where they can play different type of instrument type things. We have this twirly thing here on the left where they can go around and around.
So as they spin that, the shade at the top
Yes.
spins. And so you've got these different colors that are coming down on the ground. And there's, can we get it?
I don't think so.
We can't get it.
But we can send you, we'll send the link to you so you can see it.
I'm so sorry. So in the one enclosed playground, let's talk about what you have in yours. So
Yes,
there's,
so we have also.
so this is the one that you're
the
seeing in the middle.
Yes, we were just talking today, we can't wait until it snows and they turn it.
Yes.
But anyway, that's really cool. And then you can see the swings there. If you can see the blue chair, that's more adaptive to our special ed community. Like we have children with cerebral palsy, so now we're able just to put those children or other children with different physical handicaps right into the swing without having to lift them and getting them in the holes. That was so hard. And then there's another swing beside it, which is really cool because you can put a child in the swing and then the adult can sit on, it's like a
Yeah.
bar where we can swing together and engage. So that is super, absolutely love that. The kids love everything. What a great investment, and we thank you.
I think we have one more slide.
Yep. No, that's okay.
Maybe.
Just stuff.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah.
The video was probably really cool.
Yeah.
'cause-
It was really
Well, we also have like it's like a, what do you call it, a merry-go-round?
Oh
We
my
do.
goodness, yes.
So it's right, you can't see it, but because it's behind those red,
Right.
it's blue, and there's 4 spots, so the kids get to sit on it, and you can spin them around.
Right.
And then there's a blue, I would call it a tire swing, but it's plastic, and it
Yes.
doesn't have a hole in the bottom, so they can lay flat if they want to. So again, another
Another
thing-
sensory.
Another sensory type apparatus.
It's
Yes.
it's like a
Yes.
swing.
And
It's
so-
like a swing, but
Let's
it's
be honest, do
huge.
you guys get on that?
Well, it's hard not to, but we do push them, and I'm telling.
We can't tell our secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's another piece, this is part of the new, the second playground, so, like I said, because there's 2, so we have, when you can see that from Van Dyke, all the yellow shades, it's amazing, you know, to know that this is what our littlest learners have for decades to come. I mean, it is, you know, it is just really humbling to be a part of this and to know that the community just appreciates early childhood education as well as K through 12. And the kids just, one of the teachers was saying today, this is one of the best things about our school now. So anyway, so we just wanted to just have an opportunity to share this with you, and we will be sure that you get the video so you can get the full effect of kids playing on the playground and.
Lots
and
of smiles.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't want to come in.
No.
It doesn't show too, it's a
blessing
really
and a
cool
curse.
slide that has cylinders on it. And it was originally made for children with cochlear implants. But the kids absolutely love it because they have to go up a pretty steep hill and they go down, and our sensory seekers absolutely love the feeling when they go down it.
Yeah.
So,
So
some really
if-
cool stuff.
And so if you're ever in the area of Croswell, I would love to have you come in and I can show you the school. I can take you a walk around on the playground and just get a good feeling of what it's like for our littlest learners. So thank you very much for having us tonight.
Is,
Yes, thank you.
Janine, real quick, that movie, if we're able to, would we be able to get that on the Croswell Facebook page?
You could, I did have Lisa File put it on the website today.
Okay.
Or under Croswell, so it's there as well.
And if
I
you
just
stop
think
by,
it's
wear
too
your
cool
tennis
not to
shoes.
share,
Yeah,
if we're
I
able
agree.
to, yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you.
You're
Wear your
welcome.
tennis shoes and you guys can take a little climb.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
That's all we have for Bulldog Spotlight tonight, Mrs. Bonnick.
Thank you very much. Moving on to consent action, can I have a motion?
Second.
Moved by Demus, supported by Ikorst. Tonight's consent action includes the general fund bills, which is our check register, our financial reports, approval of the wire transfer report, the purchasing card expenditures, and approval of the minutes from the regular meeting held on October 28th. Are there any questions or concerns on any of these? Seeing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to informational updates, new business. We have the Macomb County School Board, Warren Woods meeting. That is Tuesday,
December 2nd?
December 2nd.
5th, I think it was.
Pardon?
5th, 3rd? I think it's the 3rd.
Hold on, let me get my calendar.
got my invitation.
Okay. Yeah, mine.
December 3rd, you are correct.
December
Always on a Tuesday.
Per usual, if you are planning to go, if you'll let Antoinette know. And we do not have any committee reports because this week policy will be meeting and then curriculum will be meeting next on November 25th. So that is it for the informational items. And are you going to take care of superintendent's report?
Sure. Tonight, it's a brief update. So Mr. Murray will start with our academic services from the elementary level first.
Alrighty, just a few things tonight. Some overlap since we were together 2 weeks ago, and as fast as the weeks go by, we've just been really focused on a few things. We had PD last week on Wednesday, really focused in on some high leverage strategies, right? Moves that we know bring a great return on investment, both for teachers and students. So our ELA and math coach, Noelle Kasmarsik and Mary Sue Enciso, worked with our teachers to better understand a new coaching model that they've learned about through the ISD, and they have planned out 3 years in advance this notion of every teacher at the elementary level receiving coaching, a true partnership, right, in order to support the teacher and support the students. That was one of the things that they really tried to make clear. It's for the teachers, it's not about something you're doing wrong, right? It's about how we can work together to benefit kids. And so we know, again, that coaching does lead to better instruction, and when teachers get better, kids get better, so that's a win for us. We also worked on kind of consolidating our multi-tiered systems of support process, MTSS. We had a lot of good things going on at the elementary level, but they were kind of siloed and fragmented. And so I worked first with our coaches and then with our building administrators to come up with a plan that incorporated CAS and CAS Plus and what we previously called our MTSS meetings, but really now it's called CAS referral because MTSS is like the whole thing, right? Includes tier 1 instruction, tier 2, and tier 3. And so we went through the changes that had come and the new expectation about what the process looks like as a way to be more efficient and more effective in providing support to our kids. Teachers had time to talk about assessment practices and to collaborate. And then in the afternoon, we really zeroed in on best practice strategies for math. Our math interventionists did an awesome job of presenting in a rotational fashion on certain math concepts, and then teachers had time to kind of talk about how that work looked in the room, and also were able to steal some ideas from each other, which is always good. The end of the first trimester at the elementary level is coming up quickly. Just a reminder that we do have a half day for records on Friday. Our new report cards will be coming home on the 19th, new at the elementary level. I think that our building administrators have sent a letter home initially, maybe a couple weeks ago to moms and dads so they can understand what the changes are going to look like. And then there'll be another insert that comes home with the actual card on the 19th. As I mentioned 2 weeks ago, our math curriculum preview for the elementary level is coming up. It's on November 20th. We have 3 vendors and a host of teachers, administrators, and coaches who are going to use our look for model that we developed collaboratively to decide, which materials we may want to pilot. While we won't have all of the details buttoned up, we will be able to talk about it at the curriculum subcommittee and give you an idea of kind of what we're looking at in terms of a pilot. And then last but certainly not least, parent-teacher conferences are coming up on November 20th and 21st at the elementary level. Questions for me? Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'm up. So piggybacking a little bit, I don't have it as a bullet, but professional development last Wednesday, the middle school staff had their school safety alert training. It was delayed a little bit because of the 2-day Capturing Kids' Hearts in August. And then in the afternoon, Jen Rasevich and Caitlin Ebert led the whole afternoon session around capturing kids' hearts, as well as some of the transformation work that we've been involved with the academies at Romeo Middle School. Last Thursday, we had middle and high school math teachers have presentations from 3 curriculum companies for math review. It went very well. We have 2 providers right now that the teachers are digging into some of the sample materials that were given in print as well as in digital access. I'm happy to report that it's aligned very well to the look-fors. The teachers really asked good questions if they didn't get the answers in the presentation itself. And we're very familiar with both of the resources. But there's some new things that are in both products, so the teachers are going to take some time and dig into it. And I have a teacher that already is interested in piloting a unit in December, so we're working with the company to do that. Thank Mrs. Eichhorst and Mr. Antoine for coming to the academies at Romeo High School Advisory Board meeting last week. We had 249 people listed as possibly attending, and they were looking for chairs to make sure everyone actually had a chair at dinner. So the culinary kids and Chef Monica and Chef Antoinette did a really great job, as the students did as well with the dinner. And then each advisory for the pathways broke into their classrooms, and desserts hopefully were eaten because typically those didn't get eaten because they had to get down there. They were in the room. So I think there was some productive conversation. I was able to attend one of the advisory meetings. Our Academy champions actually got out into some of the pathway advisory meetings as well, so they reported back at the end of the night. Just a reminder, if you're not aware or don't recall, the academies at Romeo Middle School, our big lift this year is the Nonprofit Exploration Fair. February 6th, I think we have 21 partners. I get texts from the Academy coach, Jen Rasevich. I'm at 21 now. We were at like 14 last week. So it's very exciting to start getting some of our nonprofit partners around the metro area to be excited to talk to middle school kids about what they do. I mean, we do have a snow date, ice date, cold date, whatever happens in February in Michigan. So if February 6th doesn't work out, we're telling the people February, I think it's 27th, would be the makeup day. So more to come about that. Are there any questions about the secondary report?
No, but for that fair, is it everyone, or is it just a grade level, or?
So this year, we're going to run all 3 grade levels through it. This week, Mrs. Rasevich was going to start some nonprofit lessons during our time to have students understand what nonprofits are. She's highlighting and giving information about each of those people and companies that have already said they were coming, so she's putting together some slides around that. But 6th, 7th, and 8th graders will experience that this year because we felt We wanted everyone to have some type of experience around nonprofits and doing that work. Moving forward, in next school year, that would just be a sixth grade experience. So exploration in sixth grade, engagement in seventh, empowerment in eighth. So we're going to kind of roll it up, but we want kids to have experiences every year.
Is that something that would be open for board members to come and check out?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Just let us know ahead of time. I'm not solid on the time frame yet. We're working on how do you make that work in a middle school schedule, but I will definitely share that information moving forward. If there aren't any other questions, that's all we have for the superintendent's report.
All right. I did not receive any public comment. So we will move on. Can I have a motion for Employee Services Resolution 83, which is the personnel update?
Motion.
Moved by Mr. Young, supported by Mr. Antoine. Are there any questions or concerns? Seeing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries. Moving on to board discussion for the good of the district.
I have something pertaining to the elections. I would like to issue a congratulations to the 3 new board members that will be on this very selfless position, probably the most selfless and most stressful position you could probably run for. So just want to issue a congratulations and wishing you all 3 a successful time on this board. And most importantly, benefiting our staff and students. Thank you.
Mr. Demas, Ms. Ikorst? No? Mr. Antoine? No. Mr. Connor? No? I would echo what Mr. Young said, and I would also like to thank the others for running. I think we sometimes forget how much work it is for everybody who puts their name out there and attempts to serve. Well, yeah, to serve. So, there's always other ways to help and support the schools. There's other subcommittees. There's volunteer work, things that others can do. So I would just hope that everyone stays engaged and we move forward in a good, positive way. So no other board discussion, no other public comment. I would like to have a motion to go into closed session for legal opinion and collective bargaining.
Motion.
Moved by Young, supported by Connor. Can I have a roll call?
Mr. Antoine?
Yes.
Ms. Sponick?
Yes.
Mr. Connor, supported. Dr. Demas? Ms. Ikorst? Yes. Yes. Mr. Young?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much.